No one's ready, no?
3 seconds.
They are, go through
I wouldn't connect
it.
till I plug it back in. Don't know what I did wrong there.
No.
All right. We're gonna call October 28, 2025, city council regular meeting to order. Remind everybody to silence their cell phones. Ms. Nita's gonna lead us in an opening prayer, followed by the pledge.
Heavenly Father, we come to you right now, Lord, thanking you, sweet Jesus, for your presence, oh sweet Lord. Lord, I ask you right now, Lord, that you lead and guide and shield and protect each and every one of us, Lord, that we make the best decisions for the city of Perry, oh God. Lord, I ask you that you wrap your arms around the people in Jamaica, Lord, that has went through the storm, oh sweet Jesus. Lord, I just ask you, Lord, that you just cover and protect each and every one of them. And these blessings we ask in your name, amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Think that's amazing. Has anybody heard anything about?
Yeah. Yeah. Rose Pride.
Yeah, Kayla already, or she,
Turning some of her friends.
it's like for her birthday.
Kim said she still hadn't heard it out.
Yeah, she gave me it out.
And just keep them in prayer.
Ready for roll call, please.
Councilman Grimes,
Yes.
Councilman Hampton,
Yes.
Councilman Woodcock,
Here.
Mayor Landry. Here. Mayor Kitchen.
Here. Approval of items on the consent agenda. Approval to read by title only, ordinance number 1057. And approval to read by title only, resolution number 2025-30. And resolution 2025-31.
Motion.
Councilman Grimes,
Yes.
Councilman Hampton,
Yes.
Councilman Woodcock,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Landry,
Yes.
Mayor Kitchen.
Yes. Receiving requests from the general public. Do we have anyone to the general public who would like to speak on anything that is not on the agenda? Now will be the time to do that. Not hearing or seeing anyone. We're gonna move on to item number 5, bids and RFQs, and do we still not have any? Okay. Number 6, general business, agenda item 6A. Council to discuss state appropriation project ideas and council to take any action deemed necessary. John, do you have a list you want to bring up or?
I don't remember. Not really a list, just my agenda summary. I'm on a Mac guy, I'm gonna learn all this.
No, I spoke about a vacuum truck and a second base, the fire station.
Yeah, we definitely want to keep going with the fire station. Ask for phase 2 of that. Probably be for land acquisition and site prep type work. And then next session I'll ask for more and keep going with some of these other grants. That it's possible with. Like we did ask the CDBG DR, that was our 13th project. We already had all the paperwork filled out from the last CDBG grant. We went ahead and submitted it along with those other 12 water wastewater projects. So those two, well, one for sure is fire station. He said the back gutter truck, I think should be number 2. That's the one Sean's been asking for 2 years. USD, we had the agreement with USDA, then they came back and said they ran out of money.
Is that vehicle used to vacuum out the, lift stations when something goes wrong?
That's clean out the
And
lines.
then it has that, high pressure hose that goes in.
They use it for. They use it for water too, cleaning out holes and whatnot to get down to the pipes, and it has all kinds of uses.
It has that ball head on it, that shoots water all kind of ways.
That's two for sure. The lobbyist said we probably need at least one water project between 500 to 1 million. So me and Andrew and the engineers have been trying to find a good project that would fit that. And
What is, Warner Ave lift station and all the stuff that has to be done in that area? Where does it fall?
that was a RIF grant we've already received,
Okay,
but the engineering was through SRF.
okay.
So we're having to wait for the engineering to get done through SRF before the construction starts with the RIF grant.
So it's already approved in?
Yep.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, one thing ahead of the other.
And we did talk to them, it's not gonna be a complete, brand new lift station. We're gonna retrofit that old one. It's gonna look nice and brand new from the outside, but the actual lift station itself, we're just gonna revamp everything inside of there.
Yeah, cause when you, those pipes hit the, social media, I got it.
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
I've been advocating for a swimming pool. Lately, it was, what we had on the 5-year plan. It's a little costly. And since John is seeking something else, the citizens then want the community pool. For the 13 years I've been on council, back when Alan Hall was the mayor, when we decided that we might have gotten close to it, along came COVID. So that knocked us out of it. But what I'm thinking that we could do wouldn't be large enough, but it would be something to help our young children learn how to be safe and in and around water, how to swim, and have some experience. I think that it is something that is needed in this community, and it has been a part of this community for as long back as I can remember. Now, what I'm thinking that since we're looking for something, it's not too costly. I went on GTP or whatever you call it. And it said that it'll take about $2 million to renovate the Jerkin splash pad back into the swimming pool that it was. If you all would please consider that. Myself and the community would be much pleased. It's my spiel. Got anything to add to you?
If we do ask for it, it's hard to just ask for $2 million because ChatGPT said we need a firm definite.
Just that gave us a ballpark.
We need to go out and get a firm estimate from somebody. I don't know if that's engineers or a design crew, how that would work, but you can't go and ask for $2 million. You gotta ask for
Right.
1.937.
Yeah, it can't just be.
It's a starting point, that we could give you permission to do something.
I did ask the lobbyist about it, and he was directed by Corey and Jason to only ask for essential items this time around.
The only one.
Ask for essential items.
Things we have to have.
They were focused on more infrastructure type stuff. I mean, we can always ask.
Would you please ask? Talk with Corey and Jason on it. And they can all say yes or no, and then we could do it again next year.
Those-
But it lets the community know that we are thinking about them.
Sure. So, I don't know, they had a thin year last year, and I think they're expecting a thin year again this year. All the. Let's see what. Sure, all you do is try.
The lobbyist also recommended, since we still have Jason on the transportation committee, I don't know what they call them, to ask for a road. And I was kind of thinking it might be time to try to get Stevens Street taken care of.
The roller
The
coaster.
roller coaster.
It's very,
I know we were counting, it serves quite a few residents, not as many as some of these other roads, but it's definitely the worst road in the city.
It is.
And if we're gonna try to take care of the underlying issues behind it,
Mhm.
I don't want to pay for it with city funds.
No,
I can support that.
yeah.
So that'd be, if we found a water project, that'd be your 5 right there. You go on the fire station, the back jetter truck, the road, pool, what I miss? This one.
No, it had, you wanted 2 to be added.
Downtown.
So it's only added 1.
Fire, back jetter truck, road, pool, and a water project.
Mhm.
$500,000 to $1 million water project that we'll identify here shortly.
And maybe 1 or 2 extra.
Maybe. He kind of recommended leave it at 5, but that just makes him have to work harder if we make it 6 or 7.
Walk the whole 2 more times,
So
or excuse me, Bobby.
I know Jamie wanted, we're gonna have to do something soon with our evidence storage, evidence processing and storage. We're about out of room. How many items you got?
15,000 pieces in that room, and
And
it's
no bigger.
where you're sitting.
15,000.
I felt
Shit.
Items of
take care
evidence.
it.
Yeah.
We didn't just take care of it.
In 1995,
When did we just?
that building, you can't store evidence in an offsite storage building. We're moving
I'm
tires,
just asking.
yeah, we're moving tires and other stuff from the block building over here, trying to do something to make it workable for now. If we build a true evidence storage building, it has to be solid block. It has to have alarm systems. You're gonna think we're storing sensitive items in there, and a metal building, and that's not gonna cut it.
You got an idea well, or?
We've thrown some ideas around, but it would require remodeling the single story building that's right next to us.
Uh-huh.
Pouring solid walls, concrete ceilings, some HVAC work. Not sure on the total price, but it's $200,000-300,000 at least.
At least.
But we-
That's when you need.
And then shelving, but that may take away from the fire department project, because it's public safety.
Gotcha.
So, that's the thing that we had talked about is something about our head.
But the lobbyist said we might be able to sneak it in information technology somehow.
Yeah, we need an alarm system and some
Yeah,
computer
you
stuff in
can, I'm
there.
gonna say sneak it on.
Yeah.
But again, that's like the pool. I need a shovel ready hard number. We need $295,000.38. That's what they want. So they don't want to just see. I'm just gonna throw money at you and let you figure out how to do it after.
I wonder if any other city in the area has built a pool in the past so many years, I don't have any idea. Tallahassee.
Tallahassee be the closest, yeah.
But they have aquatic centers, not.
Yes.
Yeah.
That gotta be.
I think most of them, like Jamie just said, they're going away from just a straight pool to those aquatic centers.
Yeah, but. we say
I just want
26
something where we can teach our babies how to swim.
Amen.
Mhm.
When are we getting started on some of the stuff that we've already been awarded?
This 12-inch main is at 60% engineering. They finished up the surveying for all the roads downtown. Park Street, we just approved last month. The other 3 streets, they wanted to phase into us to kind of give us a break. So I think next January, February, and March, they'll roll out Bishop, Willow, and Duval DOT, where they don't want to throw them all 4 of them at us at once.
It's downtown renovation.
All the street repaving, the CDBG grant we got. that, North Florida Professional Service and Andy Easton are working on.
Okay.
And I don't know how well y'all know Ryan Asmus, but he's left North, every time I get a good relationship, he just left them to go to DOT.
But if
Working with the next guy down the line, I mean, something Bailey, I think.
it's,
He went there from DOT and he's going back to
I
DOT.
think he worked with North Florida for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, he was at DOT and then.
Yeah, cause he the one designed that right there on Jefferson, with Save a Lot and Walmart's at.
He was working on that major road thing, the Suncoast Connector.
Suncoast.
Yeah, he was working on that too.
They said he took a director role with DOT, you know, like,
I'm not surprised,
Um,
'cause he knows his
yeah,
stuff.
he's sharp. He's easy to work with too. So we'll start over with the next engineer, but we'll get it going.
Anyway, any more discussion on the appropriation ideas? Agenda item 6B, council to discuss putting out a RFP for insurance and medical services, and council to take any action deemed necessary. What are we doing there?
Aaron can probably give you the exact number. I know the county recently did, this is everything but health insurance. This is your building insurance, fire, wind, workers' comp, inland marine, general liability. I'm missing something, whatever y'all's insurance is called. Commission and errors,
Yeah.
all that stuff. The county went out for bid on theirs. And I'm not mistaken, they went with the same company they've been going with, but saved $200,000 in the process.
Believe so, I don't think they got the same as they wanted on the health insurance side, but they did get 180, 200, something like that on the other side of it.
I had one of the insurance agents run the numbers, and it was about I think it was $70,000 savings over what we paid last year, and I think we have a $60,000 increase, so it'll be a total of about 130,000. Just on one of the brokers running it. We put RFP out there, who knows what we'll get back. It does kind of suck doing it mid-contract, but it's doable.
Gotta do it sometime.
Was that y'all's packet for the sample one? I stole one I like from somebody else and asked AI to make it a little better.
I think if you would send LaWanda your RFPs on engineering services that you did last year, she would send you your RFPs on.
Are they going out for engineers?
insurance. They're considering it.
Trade RFPs.
They're out there in the newspaper already, but I think it was. You would shoot them that, she would turn around and shoot you other, and probably give you a little behind the scenes
Okay.
on what they ran into, because some of the brokers told them some stuff that you probably need to know.
Good idea.
Anyway, we need to take any action on this or just?
I just wanted to give general guidance. If you're okay with me putting it out there, if y'all weren't about it, then I wouldn't waste my time anymore.
Yeah.
I'll get with LaWanda and see how they did it and what they learned.
Shirley, you good with it? Good feel. You good with them doing RFP?
It's good.
All right. Agenda item 6C, council to discuss police department drone purchase through grant funding. Council to take any action deemed necessary.
We were awarded $25,000 on that FDLE grant to purchase the drone. We've also been told that we're gonna receive a donation from Florida Highway Patrol for 2 additional drones, but they're older versions. If we buy the same model drone, all the software is compatible and they work together. There's only one manufacturer, but they don't have a sole source program. I've got a quote from them. What I'm asking if the council will be okay if we purchase from this manufacturer that we may receive the donations from, so that we have a drone program that works together collectively without having to go out and bid for something we can't use. is what I'm asking.
Well, the parts interchange and all that. good stuff.
It's the software, the infrared systems were interchanged, the fleet management will work together, the GPS coordinates and everything works together.
Blades, batteries, all that.
No, it's a different model. The blades may, but not the battery. It's under what the award amount is, so it's not like we'll be spending more than what we were awarded. So it's under, roughly around $1,000 under what our award was on the grant.
Which software will be the same, they'll work the same.
Yes,
You can just grab one and go, and they gotta
Yes.
relearn everything again.
exactly. Yeah.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
so it all integrates to the software system.
Sure.
So what I was asking is council's permission to deviate, to do that, to make sure we capitalize on the money we're getting and have more than just one drone system, is what I'm asking.
Compatibility.
Yes.
Need a motion on that?
I would just need permission.
Motion. Motion to proceed.
Councilman Brown. Go ahead.
Two motions.
Oh,
That's the motion in a second.
Yeah.
Councilman Brown,
Yes.
Councilmember Hampton,
Yes.
Councilmember Woodfall,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Langren,
Yes.
Mayor Kitchen.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Just for information purposes, please.
Yes.
How are these used in large events? When do you use these
They can be used
for
for,
its privacy?
they can be privacy. We
Yeah,
can't use it on a property without a search warrant if we're targeting someone. But for looking for lost people, escaped inmates, escaped prisoners, traffic crashes, we can take aerial photographs. There's also software that does scale drawings of the crashes for us. It has a night function as well, so we can pick up heat signatures of things at night, items that were discarded. Anything you can imagine, that you can see from the air, we can use it for. Not only just that, but if somebody from utilities needed us to check something that's remote or get a higher bird's eye view of what the area looks like, we can use it for them as well. So it wouldn't be just for our use. We can use it for other city functions as well. We can use it to survey crowds like the festival this weekend or the parade. We can use it to survey the crowds, have an overwatch to make sure we don't have anybody hiding in places and looking to hurt somebody. So there's many different functions we can use that for. It's not just one thing. It's a very broad use. We would have to use a search warrant to target someone at their house though.
I just want to make sure that you would love young children. When you know what's
There's so many other things we can use it for.
of course.
Yeah. That's a very small section of what. And we would probably not even use it for that.
Yeah,
If we're looking for a vehicle or something, we could actually see if it's there and that'd be pretty much it. So,
Yeah, if you had a water line blow out, you could
yes.
fly out and find it pretty quick.
Yeah. Or if we had a hazardous material incident, we can fly the drone in and see what's going on, get pictures of the tankers or whatever and use it for that too.
So we don't have that.
I'm just trying to include the fire department, so I'm.
All right, agenda item 6D. Resolution 2025-30, Veterans Day. Council will take any action deemed necessary. Policy resolution of the city of Perry, Florida, in reference to the Veterans Day and providing for an effective date. It's just a resolution on what we voted on last meeting, I believe.
I still think it's too many days, too many clean holidays. And that we should remove. That's my thinking. We shouldn't take this lightly. Because every day that we're not working, that means that a citizen is not being able to get the services that they may need on that particular day.
It is a lot of days, but I think this one deserves to be honored.
And I agree with that.
It was a suggestion that we talk to the, or that the staff talk to the employees to see which one they might want to give up. I don't know if that was done or not.
We have, with the festival stuff going on and everything else, we haven't had the time to really survey the employees. It's a busy time of year for us.
Oh, yeah. Then it's not coming up, and yeah, there's a lot going on.
So we can do this and take back first again.
I did check some other cities though, just for the sake of it, and the holidays pretty much follow what ours are now. Better yet, 12 holidays, I think is what a lot of them are doing now. It's gotta be pretty common.
We have 2 personal days.
Well, that's what I meant, they have personal days in addition to the actual.
Yeah.
Everybody's off on separate days, except for the police and fire department. Yeah, that's-
Well, Veterans Day is a federal holiday.
It is.
Yes, ma'am.
So anyway, anyone care to make a motion on the resolution?
I support Veterans Day, but I also would like to stop at the first of the year. And decide on maybe remove it.
Anyone care to make a motion?
Motion.
Have a motion, we have a second.
What is the motion?
Motion
Table it until like.
to do,
No, we got to do it now.
Or to give
do the resolution for a veteran.
Technically, you already gave us Veterans Day. This is just to clean up the employee manual.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm taking off. I already gave.
It's just doing the paperwork.
I'll second it. I think we ought to do it for
Okay. Vote please, ma'am.
Councilmember Vines,
We should have already.
Councilmember Hampton,
Yes.
Councilmember Woodhull,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Lindsay,
yes.
Mayor Kitchen.
Yes. Okay, agenda item six, excuse me. 6E. Resolution 2025-31, police surplus vehicle. Council to take any action deemed necessary. Resolution of the city council of the city of Perry, Florida, declaring one surplus police vehicle as eligible for conveyance and authorizing its donation to the city of Chattahoochee Police Department.
I was made aware that Chattahoochee is without a needed vehicle. While we were doing our yearly inventory, we have identified vehicles we're putting on auction because we can no longer use them. We're putting more into them than we're getting out of them. The chief from there came and looked at the vehicle. I wasn't here, but Captain Gray worked with him. It will work for them since they don't have what they need. And they can spend a little more money on keeping it running than we can because we have replacement vehicles coming up. So I'm just asking to donate to them. A 2019 model Explorer.
Is that what they hybrid units?
No, that was not a hybrid, is it?
It's just gas.
It's just gas. And to note, it shouldn't matter, but Chattahoochee brought us a trailer load of supplies during one of the hurricanes.
Oh, yeah.
So, they helped us in the past, and so I'd like to return that favor. They don't have a whole lot to give, but they give what they could.
Want care to make a motion?
Motion.
Do we need a letter or something from Chattahoochee?
We've already got with the resolution, everything worked out, we've got it worked out. So.
Okay.
And we will get them to sign a hold harmless as well, but so it will be an as-is purchase with no warranty. So that kind of outlines that in the resolution, so we'll do that.
All right, Ms. Benita's made a motion. Do we have a second? Second. Second, Mr. Bryan's.
Councilmember Brines,
Yes.
Councilmember Hampton,
Yes.
Councilmember Woodhull,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Lindsay,
Yes.
Mayor Kitchen.
Yes. Agenda item 6F. Ordinance 1057, public hearing and final reading of ordinance number 1057. An ordinance of the city council of the city of Perry, Taylor County, Florida regarding surplus lands. Conveying certain land and to provide an effective date. This is the second reading of the lot and
Plantation.
maintain.
Mr. Pastor.
Lot is piled up in dead trees, yeah. And bark beetles, or pine beetles, wherever they're called. Well, we all care to make a motion?
No, sir.
We have a second?
Second,
Councilmember Bruns,
No.
Councilmember Hampton,
yes.
Councilmember Woodhull,
Yes.
Councilmember Vice Mayor Langers,
Yes.
Mayor Fisher.
Yes. Agenda item 6G, council to discuss school speed zones for the Boys and Girls Club. And council will take any action deemed necessary.
Yes.
Make us school speed zone around the, yeah.
Is,
Yep.
Well, it's not just the Boys and Girls Club, there's another chat, Happy Time.
Okay,
And Happy Time is there, but only if they're pre-K eligible or voluntary pre-K, it doesn't apply for a school zone under statute.
Okay.
But if we extend it a little bit, that's not a big deal.
Yep.
I suspect we may have a couple of private schools approach us now.
that's what I was gonna ask.
So we will address those as we get those requests.
Okay.
This, which locations is this, both of them?
This is for Washington Street and for Warner Avenue.
One of Martin Luther King.
Yeah, Martin Luther King.
Right here in front of you.
Okay.
So we have two private schools? One behind Fast Freddy's and one off of.
Generation and Point of Grace.
Mm-hmm.
I've only
Will-
talked with Point of Grace, they're
They're looking at it.
getting ready to send me the letter, so.
It's operating now at the other schools, is that correct?
No, this isn't the speed enforcement stuff. This is just authorizing us to designate them as school zones, so we can put up the school zone signage with the times and everything on it. If we were gonna do the speed zone enforcement with the cameras, we'd have to have a vehicle survey done of the speeds and make sure it would comply.
And Chief Cruz, isn't it where there's these school zones designations, there's also a harsher penalty for certain crimes that may be committed in
For
those
certain
areas?
crimes as well as traffic violations. Yeah.
It's automatic double, isn't it?
On the fines, yes,
Yeah.
for the traffic stuff, but she's referring to criminal drug possession and sales.
Oh.
Those are enhanced penalties for possession or sale
Yeah, school zone.
within a certain distance of a school zone.
Gotcha. Well, Point of Grace, it's on the Courtney,
Yes.
there wouldn't be any problem at all, would it?
No. No, so Florida statutes, with that camera change that we've talked about, a couple of years, and for the last 2 years we've been talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Statute was changed to say that the municipal organization responsible for traffic in that area can designate school zones on roads they don't own. So we can do that just for school zones, and we take ownership of that and the signage and everything else.
It's a lot of speeding on your mill,
It sure is.
so maybe that might slow it down.
We can hope,
Maybe.
yeah, we can hope.
Put some of them Tidewater speed bumps right there.
Speed mountain.
Yeah.
And things are difficult when you're running code.
We vote on this.
I would suggest,
Say act.
Okay, motion notice,
Second.
a motion and second.
Councilmember Bruns,
Yes, so.
Councilmember Hampton,
Yes,
Councilmember Woodhull,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Langers,
Yes.
Mayor Fisher.
Yes. Agenda item 6H, Council to discuss new business incentive packages. Council to take the action deemed necessary.
I'll give you the history of where that is coming from. We've had probably 20 requests for information that we've responded to, of developers and businesses trying to come to Perry, or at least looking at Perry. And every time it gets down to the city's incentives, what we're willing to do, I don't really have a clear definition. All we can say is our council's pro-business and we're willing to work with you. So me and Andy Jackson, we're working on a tiered approach. If you were bringing in 250 to $1 million capital investment, the city's willing to do at least this on water rates, gas rates, sewer rates, taxes, and tangible personal property taxes. So we had 3 tiers. It was 250 to $1 million, $1 million to 10 million, and then 10 million plus. And it looked good and I liked it. And then I met with Bob Brown yesterday. And he said, these are a thing of the past. The city doesn't need to show its hand too early when you're in these type of negotiations. So now I'm on the fence if I even want to try to do something like this.
I'm sort of thinking the same way. Because it's gonna depend on the business, the project, the number of jobs created,
That's, I
all
mean,
of that plays in,
we're gonna include that in the 3 different tiers.
right, but you still wouldn't really know. I really thought.
He had a whole long text of there's some other important parts in it.
What if you come up with what if you come up with some kind of matrix?
That's what the county does with the personal property and tangible taxes.
Like Shirley was saying, jobs, investment,
Yeah, you wanna include all of that.
but you're investing on, a lot of money into something you're not actually employing anybody. That'd be a whole different matrix.
Make that housing.
Right.
A different need.
If you have too much information out there, though, they could use it to go to someone else and play the ends against the
Yeah.
middle and then.
That's
Yeah.
what Bob
Done
said.
all the time.
Yeah, City of Perry's willing to offer this.
So they'll go next door and get more.
It'll be a case by case.
Exactly. Some people that pull a bluff, we may even tell them, they might just tell them we did, or whatever, but that could happen. You're right, there's something definitive.
Bob's recommendation was to say something along the lines of we will offer a competitive incentive package catered to your needs with a proven track record of doing it.
This and that, yeah.
Just so that we have something out there.
Sure. Yeah. And that's just saying negotiable in a longer sentence, but I guess it'll work.
Sounds good.
Me too.
On the other hand, I think if people knew how cheap Super Pup was getting natural gas, they'd be running here.
Yeah.
You print that
What
part?
is that?
That's why I said,
Aaron, please print that part.
John, what is that?
It all got printed back when we got agreed to.
Big bold.
right,
What is it in?
Maybe it needs a refresher.
right before I started, it got,
Cheap as gas in the whole floor.
yeah, like the month before I started, it was the restarted 5 years.
I see it, I didn't use it.
They said a little over 2 years, 2.5 years.
Any more discussion on that?
We needed some.
Yeah. All right, agenda item 6I, council to discuss purchase of water well site location on Plantation Road. The council will take any action deemed necessary.
The owner agreed to our purchase price, but didn't agree to the 6 months of due diligence. She only agreed to 3 months. So the realtor suggested, and I want to get y'all's opinion, increase the non-refundable deposit to $10,000 and go back with we gotta have the 6 months. I'll talk to the engineers and Andrew's not in here, but we need, we, especially if we have to go through the bid process and all that, that'll take 3 months. So
If we could move tomorrow, we could probably do it in 3 months, but we cannot. Yeah, we're coming up on Christmas. The holiday season. And yeah, it's just difficult to get anything done the last 6 weeks of the year.
we're not gonna find a better location than that. I don't know about water quality, but
What did Andrew say this morning?
Dig for volume, not for quality, and tree quality.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what the, engineers from the, were.
Which
Well,
makes,
that's one
it
river.
makes sense.
Yeah, dig for the volume and quantity you need, and you treat the quality.
you're gonna find an issue with the water, no matter
No matter what.
what you do.
Mhm.
Well, you have anywhere around it, it's gonna be the same water.
Mhm.
That's just the way the aquifer works, as far as I've been told. I really don't know.
And there's an agreement that
Say 10,000 for 6 months.
10,000, what do you call it, earnest money deposit?
Yeah. I'm okay with it.
I bet you, Mr. Brian.
You say you're a little bit.
Okay.
We'll vote.
Sure.
Got a motion,
Motion.
Jackie?
motion in a second.
Councilmember Bruns.
Yeah.
Councilmember Hampton,
Yes.
Councilmember Woodball,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Lindsay,
Yes.
Mayor Fisher.
Sure. Yes. Agenda item 6J, approval of minutes for the October 14th, 2025 regular session. With a motion, we have a second.
Mine is missing a whole information, no. I don't have A, B, E, H, I. You know, mine is missing a whole lot.
We're gonna circle back around.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Just doing both, we'll just do this one, that'll be the next meeting.
I'm anticipating where the vote on
No, that's communism.
6 was recorded twice. The vote itself. It's on one page and then it's on the next page, it's reported again.
That new system that we got now,
What,
that new system,
new system,
yes.
you're messing us up.
I think that
So anyway, we can just circle back around, and do this at the next meeting.
Yeah.
Table. All right. City manager,
All good.
city attorney.
I have one issue I wanted to raise up just to make you aware and also to ask for some direction. You may remember the address 200 Davis Drive. It is a particular property that we were approached with in May and in July, where there was a buyer to foreclose property. And there was a building that was built by the previous owner that was on the road or our property, the right of way. And at that time, by consensus, the council did not agree for that we would have to, not have to, but sell the property to them to help, I guess, make it easier for the realtor to sell the entire property. Since then, we've had the newest ordinance regarding surplus property. And the realtor for the property has contacted us again. And I had but this time they, the two abutting, the other property abutting this property with the right of way, which is a street that like leads to nowhere, for 205 Puckett Road. They have entered an agreement that if the city were to potentially turn the property over, that they would abandon that they would agree for that right of way to be abandoned if the city would agree to it and purchase what other property that we would think would be needed to complete those lots to be like wholly owned by two private individuals. I know John and I have been talking to them, and I told them ultimately, that I would be the best plan of actions for it to be placed on an agenda, for them to be able to come and share, or the realtor be able to come and share and give an opportunity for you all to reconsider. But since it's been brought forth, but now in a different way, and now with the new ordinance, we don't have any like fast and hard rule. Once you've said yes or no, twice, 3 times, 4 times, how would you want me to go about potentially asking? I mean, they can come, and I told them they could come and speak in the general public hearing, but we also wanted to provide you information, because now, I forgot the attorney who's involved, is it Sally? Sally Roberts, that they would love to come in our next meeting and possibly be on the agenda, but I didn't know what questions you may have, and I just wanted to like sort of put it out there to have sort of a discussion as to whether you would be inclined, now that we have the new policy, or just they're coming with already sort of agreement with all the neighbors abutting that area. If you are inclined to want to review this on the agenda again, or just again, because I think if we've never had the conversations before, it would be clear and cut, but this would be the third request for the same opportunity. But it's just different now that both of everyone who abuts, the 2 private citizens that abut that right of way, which is a road, and I said it leads nowhere because there's nothing, it's like a dead end. If there was any consideration or instructions you would want regarding this, or even information you would want from the realtor or the 2 owners of the roads who are asking for.
Are there any utilities on the road?
No, there are not. Public Works did review that. There's no utilities that would be crossed.
They just drop a map and bring it to us, and we just go from there, I guess. The best way to do it. I'm a picture person.
I'm at
I
it.
didn't see a picture.
I understand.
Gonna do this to do that. Okay.
How much have we spent on this so-called project? And how much more are we gonna spend on this project?
Only selling the property.
Project,
This
whole deal, whatever it is.
How much? I don't know.
Has this been brought up before, this particular deal?
And then what's the value of it?
Huh? I didn't hear you.
What is the value of it?
Well, I don't know what cost has been done. It's always been a part of a discussion on my side, or I think even Miss Danielle brought it up once. So I don't know what cost to that particular request, but I do understand there is a road, and the value of it is supposed to potentially be like $600 if you just look at it, but since it's a right of way.
I think what we've spent just in legal fees is $16,000.
On this.
I believe that if you look back in this, less 10% discount.
Oh, you mean in people buying a surplus?
No, I'm talking about just this legal fee. I can't believe that nobody remembers that.
I've not received an additional $16,000 on this assignment.
How far back does it
It
go?
was clerk to the council. Will you research that?
When we paid her extra, is that what you're talking about? That was a different project, but I see what you're saying, that she's spending time on this project. Is that what you mean? Yeah. But I can bring the invoice back. It was on a different, what was that?
That was the lawsuit they started
Yes.
several years before I started, where the lawsuit regarding the,
Thank you.
Sellers.
the
Yeah, that
sellers,
sounds about
the
much.
sellers project.
Mhm.
And it was not 16,000, at least, I mean, Mr.
I had to do a budget amendment to
Yeah.
increase it because you can bill up to 52,000, so we went ahead and increased it. But I think it was 6,
Yeah,
I think it was 6, if I'm remembering correctly.
now this is not a part of a lawsuit. So that was based on the fact that it was a lawsuit in the circuit court. So this is not, there's been nothing billed additionally for this. Just as with all the other surplus properties that you all reviewed, there have been some outside legal fees every time we've closed on a property with a property attorney, but I haven't received 16,000. And with the cost of the
Why
property
would we
attorneys,
pay?
the cost of property attorneys, that's billed to the
Because the
person,
deal is
buying.
whoever.
that's to the buyer. The buyer is paying for those closing attorneys. But
But
this
we're
is not
paying for
attached to
this
lawsuit.
in our monthly fee that we pay you.
Right, like this is not attached to a lawsuit in the circuit court.
You know, does everybody okay? We just get it drawn up and bring it up and see what's.
And we can't make a decision until we know what's.
Right.
Right, so I was gonna ask for it to be placed on the agenda for November. So that you also speak to the property owners, but this is not attached to a lawsuit.
All right, more discussion on it. Okay.
Very good.
Carly?
Next meeting, I'll have the fiscal year 24-25 like cleanup budget amendment where anything that we need to move around money wise. And in that will be the hurricane budget amendments, because if y'all remember when the auditors came last time. For hurricane funds, we're technically supposed to pull from reserve until they reimburse us. And for anything that we haven't been reimbursed for, we're supposed to pull from reserves. Even though FEMA will reimburse, but it's gonna be. Yeah, I mean, we've seen some money from Idalia, but we haven't seen any Helene money yet. So that'll be part of it, and then just some cleaning up, basically. That's it.
All right. Me and Jamie?
We successfully cleared another festival weekend without major incident.
We did it very well. Everybody.
We had people that worked very hard to get it done, and I'm appreciative for having good people working for the city that did that for it.
Daniel, your crew did very well,
Thank you.
as usual. Every year,
I
everybody
give
does.
all
a
the credit to
fantastic job.
Ben. He knows how to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's worked so many years, he knows what needs to be done.
Yep.
So that's all on Ben, but I will pass the message along.
Thank you very much. RB?
Anything else?
Daniel?
Okay, last meeting, Miss Landry asked us to try to come up with something for trash. Ben and I have sat and talked. You know, we can't just ride around looking for junk items. You're wasting too much diesel. So we're gonna leave, what we've talked about is leaving our zone pickups first, zone 1, first Monday, zone 2, so forth. If someone does call because they can't get it out there, but they need to get it out there, then they can call. And then if we're in zone 3, but they're in zone 1, then we will send them, when they finish zone 3, we will send them to get these. If people call in, that's really all,
That's all.
I mean, we can really do right now without just riding, looking, and that's wasting diesel, so. And man hours. And another thing, the gentleman come last meeting about either speed bumps or four-way stop. I've thought about it, I've talked to John a little bit. I don't think speed bumps would be a good thing, but maybe a four-way stop at Cypress Road, but that's something, that would be halfway. But that's something you all would need to decide if y'all wanted to put up a four-way stop.
I don't feel like the four-way stops on Center have really reduced.
Oh, yeah. I have not had the first complaint about a traffic light there either.
I think it floated better through there.
Yes.
Oh, it looks well.
Yeah.
I had one, but it was only one.
Yeah.
We were all free.
We stand your roundabouts next.
If- Yeah, that Pine Street cutover, could be kind of,
They do.
they move through there.
They
pretty
turn
quick.
off on Puckett and they hit that curve and
Yeah.
so that would, yeah, that would help.
Do they have to vote on that?
They
or-
bus stop, we,
No.
like 2 years
Put
ago.
them up?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, it fit in that park here, that's, yeah, so,
It's gonna be good, everybody.
Anyway, we advertise it very well, put them up with sign bags over for a while and we'll do all that.
So that'll be.
Yeah, there's nothing I can think of in charter or code that would require us to get approval to do this. Just you're aware of it, and we're working on it would be sufficient, I believe.
Okay.
As part of normal traffic management, unless we have an overall management plan the council approves, but we don't have that, so. Unless I'm wrong, and if I'm wrong, please tell me.
y'all got this? John,
What we got?
come forward, state your name and address for the record.
I was asked to make sure and clarify that you understood last meeting, I was asking to buy safety equipment to do certain work on lift stations, save money. I mentioned a gas detector, some scaffolding, chest waders. We have, and there'll be a few other like confined space entry equipment. What I was told to specify was steel toe safety boots. To clarify, there's 4 guys that I would need to buy the boots for. Boots that they would be theirs, they'd be fitted for, and we purchase here, probably local company. So to be as clear to make sure you understood exactly what I was talking about. And then I basically get your approval to do so.
Question. Say the water department comes next week, are we gonna give them steel toe boots too? Or garbage or any of that stuff, because we're going down a slope of what is uniforms and what is not.
Well, this,
And we have a lot of guys that we need to provide boots for, then it's not just for.
Always got, you always put them boots.
as far as I know, I haven't seen,
Hey,
there's no, I'm sorry to interrupt. As far as I know, there's no safety, there's no shoe policy. But the purpose of buying it was just to follow safety regulations. And we would save enough money, you could buy the whole city boots. But this is for a specific project. And I just have some of this stuff here just because I'm trying to justify my actions to you. Just like installing, and I know y'all know what these are. But this is an 8-inch ductile iron valve. That's 280 pounds. Okay. They're gonna be in a confined space in a hole. They're not gonna have a lot of room to move. Chain comes loose, something breaks. I need them protected. I believe the water department bought jackets for their people. So I mean,
That was prior to.
okay, so what I'm saying is like, there are things specific to different departments. Okay, like we have cranes to pull pumps. Gas department has a mold to shoot services. Police department has guns and the fire department has fire trucks. This is the last lift station that the city had paid for by a contractor. Davis lift station in 2022. This is just the labor and mechanical parts. This is not the pumps. We have the pumps because I bought them last year. You can see the PO that went out to the company. So I'm looking at an extra $400 to $600 to buy boots. We already have the pumps bought. All we have to do is buy piping, some equipment.
You said this was for a specific project.
We have several projects in line. The two that need to be done immediately is Thule lift station and Glen Street lift station.
Are those projects funded already?
I have a lift station budget of $80,000. It basically last year and this year. With the money I saved last year, we bought pumps. This year, we intend to put them in, like I say, just because of the nature of the work, where they're gonna be at. Chest waders, there's certain parts of it, the boots, just because they're gonna be on ladders and scaffolding, they're gonna be dangling from harnesses. So I want them to have, they're gonna have hard hats, they're gonna have gloves, and I'll probably buy them, good special gloves that they can feel and hold and grab to tighten bolts and this, that, and the other. But, you're in the ground, but basically you're 20 foot in the air. So that's why I wanted to purchase. And I feel that the savings is justified.
It's just 4 guys.
There's 4 guys. And like I say, decent boots are anywhere from $100 to $150. So you're looking for $400 to $600, 4 guys. And like I say, I was asked to clarify because I guess this was concerned that the other departments would say, in which I spoke to the gas department. And I asked them, I said, well, if we got boots, would it be a big deal? And they're like, no, not if you're saving the money, it wouldn't bother them. And that's the only department I talked to. And I get them want me to clarify so there's not any confusion and feel like, well, they got this and we did. That's not the purpose of it. Purpose of it is they're gonna be put in harm's way. I just need to give them the equipment. I priced the gas detector, haven't bought it yet. That's $1,200. Scaffolding, I don't know, I haven't got quotes on that yet. But you're looking at a couple thousand for equipment. And like I say, that PO is the last lift station that the city had done, minus the pump. So you want to add another $15,000 to $20,000 to that for the pumps, in which I've already purchased the pumps. So you can pay me a couple $1,000 to put it in, or we can pay them $72,000. That's the simple way to put it.
So you're actually saving money by doing it.
Oh, yeah, we're probably saving $60,000.
What's the total, Sean, you asking for?
Well, I had to give you a total tally, but it shouldn't be over $5 grand, nowhere near. That's the safety equipment. Now, yeah, there's material, but like I said, and like, we're only gonna do the stations that have to be done now, because he has required grants to get them done. We just need to walk them along until the grants come in. Because the first lift station that was approved was Warren. It's not even gonna start until the middle of next year, probably about April or so.
And those pipes won't take long.
And also too, like, there's other projects like at the treatment plant. The skirting inside the clarifier is rusted out, about to go. We're probably gonna end up buying that and installing it ourselves. Because I don't, and I welcome y'all, if you have the time. I would like to show y'all, because you can't really tell in the pictures, but if you come out to the sewer plant and I have the clarifier drain, I'd like you to see it. Just, I mean, as far as I know, from what I can tell, they're put in 1985. And they've only had some painting, some minor stuff done to them. And there's major parts of them rusted out. So they were painted, nothing was upgraded when the plant was upgraded that I can see. Because you're talking about rust, you're talking half, 3/4 inch saw thread almost rusted in half. I don't see that happening in 5 years, but and I do apologize if this, I'm not trying to, we're not trying to start anything or, cause a ruckus. I just mean, as the wastewater superintendent, it is my job to decide what safety equipment they need and to purchase. So we're just clarifying, you know. That, you know, I guess that was the worry that, you know, the other departments would follow suit.
Yeah, I've always, you know, if you get specific items you need that are not what I call personal items. Those are usually bought by the city, but, or the employee or whatever, but yeah, things like boots are normally bought by, because they're so personal to each person.
Yeah, and that would be, they're included, but it's just like the chest waders. It
Right?
would be fitted for chest waders that have their own pair. Because, you know, generally, it'd be 4 people, maybe 2 at a time would have them on. But now, we bought chest waders for years.
But they leave the chest waders leave.
That is true, but, it's just, well, like I said, like, you know, the water department, they're gonna take the jackets on the leave. There's many things that you can say that about. I mean, it's-
You don't weigh in on this.
If you do approve it, make sure it's just one time this project type thing. It's not you get a fresh pair of boots every quarter, every year. This is a one-time purchase to get through these couple projects we're trying to get through. I don't want to open up a can of worms and buying boots for every department every year, and then Carly's gonna want some new high heels for the office and.
Can be a
Jamie's
very
gonna-
slippery slope, because I could argue that my girls up front need comfortable shoes to be able to stand in all day. I mean, you could really argue for a lot of different things.
That's the difference in that and safety though.
Ergonomics is.
Or, yeah, I mean, if they had a back issue or something, you could argue ADA.
The city provides back braces. They provide all these other safety equipment. You know, like I said, there are items specific to our job. Like I said, you know, they're gonna be saw and jackhammering concrete. You don't want, you know, we've got some rubber boots you could wear. You don't want your foot near a jackhammer with those rubber boots. Like I say, you know, I don't do it, I'm just trying to, I guess, get my point across, but,
You know, that's your question.
okay.
I've worked with Department of Labor for many, many years. And anytime an employee puts in an order, a work order, they would always say, steel boot shoes are required. You must have them in order to. So what you're saying is that the city needs to buy the boots that they should already have for their own sake. Instead of,
Well, I can't
let
find,
me understand,
a shoe policy with the city. But,
well, it's,
but our O and M manual states. The Perry wastewater treatment facility operation and maintenance manual indicates that the management of the facility is responsible for decisions regarding the department's safety equipment needs.
equipment.
Yep, management responsibility, the section outlines the management is ultimately responsible for the safety program, which inherently includes the provision and determination of necessary safety equipment.
Provision.
So, you know, so there's no specific policy that says you have to have steel toe boots or you can wear tennis shoes. There's no specific policy, it's not a shoe policy. We don't want a shoe policy. If the guys want to wear tennis shoes when they do locate for the rig meters, that's fine. But it's my job to make sure they're safe. And those boots are part of the equipment they need to protect themselves. Now, they can get hurt doing anything, but I don't want them to get hurt when they don't have what they need. So, and like I said, I've written POs for $100,000 for trucks. You say you're talking $600, you're talking about not doing it over $600.
That's not the reason that I would.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but it's just like me, I worked for the city of Tallahassee for 14 years, they provided boots. Because it's part of the job, the things you do. Like I said, there's not a policy here. But like I said, with the money I saved, you could buy every field guy out here a pair of boots. At $150 a pair. So. I'm just looking at it like the numbers, like I say, I want them to have what they need. Cause they're gonna be 20 foot in the ground in a wet well. They're gonna be sawing, they're gonna be drilling, they're gonna be hammering. They're gonna be hanging from stuff. I mean,
I commend you on the way you take care of it.
and, you know, like,
But
I was just gonna say like, you know, like. I would say that's probably why I was hired back, was just from my experience. And also too, once the guys do this a few times, I won't be the only person that knows how to do it. All your eggs won't be in one basket. They're not gonna learn it unless they do it. And it'll take a couple of them so they, you know, but
In Tallahassee, and then every year you got a fresh pair of boots, or whenever you needed a pair, or
the rule was you wouldn't get them within 6 months.
who's keeping up with all that?
I don't know who was keeping up with it, but it was like, well, the foreman's chiefs were keeping up with it. But like you said, you know, it's not a, it wouldn't be like, oh, you get a pair of boots every year. If there's another project that comes up and they need whatever, you know, and they're saving money, I don't see the problem in it. But I say it's justified, but that's my opinion.
I've seen everybody over the years provided gloves, glasses, hearing protection. Like I said, chest waders, waterproofs, but I've never seen anybody provide boots themselves or the shoes themselves. I just never, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, I just never seen.
I've been on both sides. I've had to purchase my own, and then I work for companies that purchase.
That's what I didn't say it did, I just never
You know.
personally dealt with it.
When I first started at the mill, they gave you a $200 credit once a year to the boot truck, but they cut that after a couple of years.
Do you get a stipend or?
That little card you took to the boot truck,
Mhm,
and if it was over 200, you paid the difference.
mhm.
Well, what it boils down to across the board, anybody that requires steel toe boots is gonna be able to ask for them.
In my department,
It's not gonna be specific for any kind of job, I don't believe, any kind of project.
we require in our uniform is the black boots. But they purchase their own black boots. The city don't purchase them. And it's required for them to have, you know, black boots for the uniforms.
I'm okay with it. I don't think it's an unreasonable request, and I think he's looking out for the safety of his employees, and that's commendable.
Well, it is, I don't have any doubts looking at the safety, that's a good thing. Safety is a good thing, safety's number one.
Is this distinguishable factors that because of them doing these extra projects, that the wear and tear is way more than say, I don't say the average, but if they're doing all these other projects that to save the county money versus hiring other people, their clothes or whatever the materials are getting way more wear and tear. So this is sort of not compensate, but to recognize that they're gonna need more assistance and stuff like their protective gear than say other people also needing to wear hard-toed boots. Is that the distinguishable factor? There's way more wear and tear?
They're gonna be far outside their normal daily activities. They're gonna be special projects. It's just gonna be confined space, harsher environment. They're gonna need to be protected. The way I'm looking at it is, I got $80,000 for lift stations. And we try to stay within our line item. If I have to pay a contractor to do that, I cannot I'm not gonna stay within my line. So I'm looking at it as a money thing. It's also a safety thing. Because, you know, just me personally, I'm responsible for their safety. I don't feel, it doesn't feel proper to me to put them in harm's way to do this work. You know, and like I say, it's, that's why we're clarifying.
Okay, so what we're talking about, $600 worth of dues is what we're here to talking about.
At the most.
You want here to make a motion on this?
The city paid for half, Sean, would that work?
Well, I guess anything's better than nothing, but I was gonna say, if the city will not buy the boots, I'm just gonna buy them. Because,
No.
well, I mean, just because, you know, it's gonna save the city money. Thousands of dollars. And I just can't personally tell them to do it when I have something, you know, cause, and like, if they got hired on and there was a shoe policy and they had to have it, it'd be one thing. But this is halfway through the season and we're saying, hey, now you need this. And these guys can afford that. I can't say, hey, I need you to go get a pair of boots.
Sean,
Fair
would I be clear, correct to assume you're not asking these guys to have steel toe boots for their regular job duties, it's only because of this specific project?
Right, we don't.
And so therefore, if you stop doing these projects, the city has plenty of money, goes back hiring contractors before, you wouldn't be up here asking for boots again, correct?
When the grants start, you know,
I think that takes care of the other city staff's concern about this becoming a citywide issue. Because of the special circumstances, this is part.
and that's,
That's what we mainly want, was I didn't want it to then be everybody's coming to me and asking for,
Yes.
but we don't have money in the budget to buy everybody's shoes, jackets, whatever else, that, you know. It's supposed to just be their uniform, so, I mean, I guess, I'm not saying I'm against it, but I'm just saying, can you only make it for them, for a project?
that's what I'll say. Because everybody asks for it is not a good excuse for me to say no.
No,
I want y'all to approve it, but I want to be open and closed. That was the end of it.
yes, yes.
Can,
They don't care to make a motion.
would you mind if I had a risk management thought process here? If you provide safety equipment, you must have a policy that will be used when it's needed. Period. And if it's not used, there should be consequences for them not using their equipment.
Yes.
We were provided vests, bulletproof vests. We have a policy, a police department policy, you will wear your vest, period. If they show up with their equipment and jump in the hole, they should be disciplined for that.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that needs to be considered in this discussion. I don't have a problem with the boot purchase. But this, to protect the city and the risk that goes with this, if we provide you safety equipment, you will wear it.
That was
Not, you wear it if you feel like it.
John, can you and Sean get together and write something up?
Well, I mean, it's gonna be simple. When you're doing that work, you're gonna wear, you know, when you do overhead work, you're gonna wear hard. They have reflective shirts, so they don't have to wear a vest. Whenever they go into confined space entries, they have to have the gas detector, they have to supply air all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not a problem, that's simple, that's, you know, even if we're, let's say we're doing a manhole and we're using a jacket with a flat blade to cut the asphalt. I mean, if they have them to wear, you know, they're gonna wear them. I don't think, I believe they'll love wearing them just to have something that fits them where they can, you know, be mobile and do their job. And I'm pretty sure there's, I'm not gonna get my Florida Rural Water or get online, find, if the city doesn't have one, confined space entry policy or, you know, all that's OSHA stuff. That should be easy.
Yeah, it's all OSHA. Everybody just follows OSHA regulation on that. Sure.
During litigation, the first thing they ask for is your policies. I've been involved in enough issues to know that unless it's written down and it's recognized that you received it, it didn't happen.
It didn't happen. So I'm all for that, as long as they got the policy and procedure. And I do understand what you're saying with the safety part. And I commend you, Sharon, for looking out for you guys. For you guys, but, I'm all for you, guys. If not, we're gonna be paying more money to get the project completed, so.
Well, and I don't wanna put it like, you have to buy the boots, or we don't do it. That's the way I wanna put it. Putting it like it's a necessity, but like I say, I'm willing. If I can get donations or whatever, buy the boots myself. Because, like, you see that PO, $72,000. That's 3 years ago.
I'm telling you, I wouldn't want something like this to drop on my foot.
Yeah, that was 200.
I wouldn't even wanna pick anybody up with my truck, if something like this done drop on their foot.
That's 280 pounds right there.
Anyway, if I may, I'm gonna ask again for a motion on this. Everybody's done talking about it. Have a motion,
With a policy reason, I'll make a motion for this purpose.
have a second.
Second.
Councilman Burns. Councilmember Henderson.
Yeah.
Councilman Wolfalt,
Yes.
Councilman Landry,
Yes.
Mayor Fisher.
Yes.
There was one other thing I wanted to say too. Sorry.
No, I said with a policy.
Yeah, it was a motion with a policy.
We have, well, the city has safety policies, but if you want specific policy regarding boots, right?
What?
If you're gonna provide safety equipment, it must be utilized at the appropriate time. And that's needs to be included in any policy that we have for safety. equipment.
Yes.
Okay, Sean, what else do you have?
I was gonna say last time, I forgot to thank somebody. When I was talking about the super puff surcharges. You know, when I started with the city. I had no idea they existed. Because of my previous job as a crew leader, I wasn't privy to it. So. When I first started, you know, the past superintendent had been out and he had been handling the surcharges. And they hadn't been done for over a year. And had it not been for Danielle saying, hey. These surcharges, I probably still wouldn't get done today. So, Harley told me to hurry last time because she felt bad. So I felt like I forgot. I just want to say that, I didn't want to take, me and the guys take all the credit because it was, she told me about it. And sorry, I forgot.
You know, good with you taking all the credit.
All right.
Just doing my job.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I just want to back up because, you're fine, Sean. When it comes to shoes, do any other, your boys, girls have to have on safety toe shoes? Then, yeah,
It's not required of them, no.
and some that could fall on their toes as well.
Yes, ma'am. I guess, I mean,
Do
um,
I don't even have to answer that question.
yeah.
do you all wear your own shoes?
We buy our shoes.
My guys buy their own shoes.
Matter of fact, I just bought a new pair of boots last week for work.
Are they going to get?
No.
For their uniform shoes. I'm assuming. Their turn. Okay, Ms. Landry.
I'm not gonna say it, it's nothing I need to, I just thank you guys. For coming out and enjoying Happy Thomas Catering. For 2 days that you guys had it, I appreciate you guys, and next time that year, please come, and Aubrey, will you please make sure that the fire.
Well, I mean,
Do what?
To Happy Thomas Catering, they cater at the Pine Tree Festival events this weekend.
I didn't know anything about it.
I'm sorry, but you missed some good food.
Should have known.
You usually did what you were doing. To the one, the firework.
Oh, yeah, I was in.
That was by invitation of the forestry.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, invitation by.
But we'll have more food to make sure that you.
I just showed up.
Cause I want everybody.
You weren't invited?
Anybody?
He would shows up.
They don't love us, we want everybody.
But it was some good food.
3 to go plates home.
You told what?
3 to go plates home.
Okay.
It's good.
It was good, yeah.
You're that guy.
He was throwing it on the thing for
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
The mayor usually be there every year and I didn't.
Yeah, we had to go to
They
a
said
funeral.
he was going out of town. But that was it.
Brian's.
I did have one thing I forgot about. Danielle, the dog park,
That is, go ahead.
it slopes down, and when it rains a lot over there, the whole east end of it is flooded. It's full of water. And even if you want to use the larger dog park, which is up at the upper end, you gotta go down there to get in the gate. So is there any way you can add another gate at the large end, probably where the large dogs go?
We talked about
Haven't
that.
we discussed this a few times?
We did.
Yeah.
Well, I had it brought up to me, and that's why I'm bringing it to
Where did we
you.
get the road
Yeah.
fix? Isn't that in the bid, or not in the bid, did we get quotes for that?
Just repair it, not add a gate. though.
Repair?
You and I talked about moving that whole gates to the, out of the
I
water.
mean, if he's already doing it, he might could ask.
It's the gate.
It happened, I think it happened when this thing got flooded. Then when everything got dammed up to flood this thing, they pushed the water, take it up on that end and. As long as I was taking rain. It happened this past month ago, 2 months ago, whenever it was.
Oh, yeah.
Everything is totally dry, that it rained that Friday, like 7 inches, and the next morning, the water even come up higher. It was,
I'm also killed about 6 beavers.
Whoa.
So you say it's been discussed several times?
me and John discussed
That
it.
was when, Anthony there, I think.
What's the hold up on it?
Anthony left. He was the one that was gonna get it done. I forgot about it.
Well,
We'll let
we talked about
Garrett
it
know, he's over
before
the
hurricanes,
rec.
before the hurricanes, or, I don't think I really brought it up again. Yeah. Well, that's something y'all would check into.
We'll mention it to Garrett tomorrow.
Then you,
I know who you're talking about. Good.
Ward, I forgot one name, Ward. Burger King owners have been contacted. They said it will be cleaned up by the end of the week.
Yay.
Yeah. We finally found them. They're in
Yay.
California.
Yeah, are they talking about opening back up or?
They're just property management companies. all
Oh,
they are.
okay.
Yeah.
I specifically asked that question and was shut down. Whoa. If I can really quick, I'd just like to remind everybody in this room, please, the next time you see Danielle's crew, shake their hands. Those men work their butts on this. I can't thank you enough. All those barriers we put out are like 800, 900 pounds. They were wheeling them around like they were like just little wagons. I mean, they worked hard this week. They did.
They're good now.
I'm glad they were there.
Your hips couldn't have held out.
Exactly. Please, it's
My
like,
back couldn't either.
if you see on the side of the road or something, just take a minute and stop and say, hey, thank you so much.
All right,
Next
It mean
meeting,
a lot to them.
so,
next meeting on Monday.
yeah, November 10th.
Make sure y'all remember.
Nominate the mayor.
That's when you nominate the mayor, and I will not be here.
What do you think?
You might want to.
Huh?
I'm out of town that whole week.
You want us to hold out till you come back or?
That's
Throw your coat out there.
that's where organization's down, so if I ain't here, I ain't here. Yeah, Yeah, reorganizations, next meeting. November 10th.
Not here to give you a job.
Yes.
So it's here.
That's what.
Sometime in one of the January meetings, I wanna go into I wanna put on the agenda for ADUs, auxiliary dwelling units on. I've held off on it because we had budget time and all this other going on, but I don't wanna go into it through the holidays, but. If you can find any information on it for you here and there, if you can email it out to everybody, but it's nothing that's nothing that doesn't already exist. We've already got it, a garage apartments and ADU. It's just any kind of detached second living unit on a piece of property, it's an ADU, that's all it is. Nothing real cosmic about it.
We did it with the property taxes. With everything that's going on.
We don't know what
Yeah.
we don't know what that's gonna look like yet.
Yeah.
There's about 6 different versions of that going around, so.
Right.
Yeah, we don't have a clue what that would look like.
Well, thank you.
I have one other thing. John, will you include Mr. Brian? He's never seen.
As Soon as we get that speaker out of the way, it'll be.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I see it. Oh, pretty cow.
That's why he's
Very
like in his chair, he really holds it.
No, but
He just wants to be heard.
That's something else.
maybe we do need to.
Where is
I was-
the
Didn't know.
The equipment's here.
You have the sound system came.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what I'm saying, look like a DJ station over there, you can see. It's down here.
no.
Where's the camera?
On that shelf.
Everybody know?